Hello, everyone, and welcome to a professional DevOps learning channel with DevOps Engineer Luis. In today's video, we're going to learn Tomcat Commands sh/opt/tomcat name or whatever you named your Tomcat to /bin/startup.sh is to start Tomcat. sh/opt/tomcat name /bin/shutdown.sh is to shut down or stop Tomcat. sh/opt/tomcat/bin/restart.sh is to restart Tomcat. And sh/opt/tomcat name /bin/stop.sh is to stop Tomcat. Curl IP address port number is to verify if Tomcat is working. /opt/tomcat is the Tomcat home directory. Sudo vi /opt/tomcat/conf/tomcat-users.xml is to give users permission to the web server. Sudo vi /opt/tomcat/conf/server.xml is the configuration settings such as ports to change like ports. Sudo vi /opt/tomcat/web app/manager/meta dash inf /conf/context.xml is to enable external management access. The scp-i filename.perm star war exe star war ec2 users at tomcat server IP address opt/tomcat9/mav/web apps is to deploy a Maven web application from the Maven server to the Tomcat server. And sudo vi/ec2/etc/ssh/d_conf is to create a passwordless authentication. And /web apps is where Maven web application are deployed. Is the directory where Maven web application are deployed in a Tomcat server. Now, let's talk about the different buttons on that you would see when you have the Tomcat Web Application Manager access. The undeploy button, pressing the undeploy button would mean removing the war file. Only reload the war file if auto deploy is false in server.xml. I'll show you what auto deploy is in a few minutes. The stop button would make war files unavailable to customers. Expire session means that the war file would close after being idle for 30 minutes. And those are the buttons that are there, the basic buttons. Keep in mind, once you press the stop button, the start button would appear as a pressable button. Now let's go ahead and practice this in Mobile Term. Alright, now let's go ahead and practice this in Mobile Term. So what's our first command? Our first command is sh/opt/tomcat name /bin/startup.sh. So let's open Mobile Term. sh/opt/tomcat9/bin/startup.sh. This is going to start Tomcat. Let's enter. See, you can see our Tomcat has started. Now we can do the same thing but for shutdown. .sh. Now if we enter, it showed us our Tomcat has stopped. Now let's check what else we have. We have restart.sh. Restart.sh is not a file in any directory, so we need to remove this command. Next one is stop.sh. So let's do, but we already stopped our Tomcat, so we need to start it up once more and do stop. I also don't think we have a stop.sh. No, we don't have stop.sh, so it's only startup and shutdown. Now let's do curl IP address and the port number. So we need to get our IP address that we copied. So our IP address is this. Curl base IP address. And our port is 888. And it shows us that our Tomcat is running properly, because what it's doing is curling the document type, and it's curling basically showing us the information and structure of what we would see if we search it up on Google. So if we paste this and we type 8088, it will take us to this. This page shows, if you're seeing this, it means you successfully installed Tomcat, or the Tomcat is successfully running. So what curl does, it curls the body, the structure, the HTML code for this. So if I was to copy this and write in a HTML document and then deploy that document, then we would see the same thing. So now let's do /opt/tomcat. Let's vi into our cd into our opt into our Tomcat. It's Tomcat 9 for us. For me, because I renamed it to Tomcat.9. Tomcat 9. If you haven't seen the video, please click on the eye that should appear now. Next one is sudo vi /opt/tomcat/conf. This will give us users permission to the web server. This is the manager app web server that we're talking about. This is the whole thing. So let's copy this, sudo vi, paste. But before we paste it, we have to be in the home directory. Right. This isn't the right document because we didn't write Tomcat 9. See, now we're inside the Tomcat users.xml. Now inside the Tomcat user.xml, if you scroll down, we can see our username, which is Louis Vuitton, our admin123, and our password. This is what we need to write in order to access our manager app. Just write Louis Vuitton. So username and our password, admin123. And now we've accessed our Tomcat web application manager. You don't need to save because our IP address will change depending on how many times we have opened the server. We have stopped the server and restarted it. So right here we have our different applications that we have deployed. So let's go back And let's see our next command, sudo vi into our server.xml. So let's shift ZZ. I actually did a video on how to access the Tomcat Web Manager application. If you haven't seen that, please click on the I. And next up is our server.xml. I will access the server.xml to show you this auto deploy and to also change the port. But changing the port means you also have to change the ports available in the security groups, which I did in a previous video about security groups. Please also click on the I to see that video. So let's cd. Oh, we already cd'd. So base. Make sure you're writing the correct name for what you renamed your Tomcat. Here's our server.xml. If we scroll down, we'll see our connector port is over here. Is our port 8088. That is our port that we currently are with, that Tomcat is currently using. So shift ZZ, changing your port from default ports 8080 to 8088 is more secure. That way hackers will have to check all the available ports in order to access your thing, which will take a very long time. So if you change it to an unusual number, hackers would try giving up on trying to hack into your Apache. But if you just left it at 8080, then it just gives hackers an easier time to hack into your Apache and take all your web server, all the things you have deployed, which is really, really risky and tricky and difficult and dangerous. So what do we have next? We have sudo vi opt tomcat web apps manager meta env context.xml. This will enable the external access management enable external management access, which means that it will give us access to this, because currently, before, as it stands, this document was only available to people who have internal access to it, like higher admins. Now that we commented a line that says only members with external access can access it, now that we commented that line, we can also access it as well externally. See over here, Valve class name. This will only allow from a certain port, or certain address to access it. So what's next? Our scp command. Now for our scp command, we need to execute this command in our Maven server. So we go here, we go to sessions, SSH. Before that, we need to select our Maven server. Okay, now that we ran our Maven server, we can paste our IP address here, specify username ec2-user, private key, and keys. Okay, accept. Okay, now that we have our Maven server open, let's do ls. We can see our JP project. Let's cd into JP and ls. What do we have? We have open space. Now let's cd into open space. What do we have? ls. We have our target directory. Means that we already did nvn package from our previous video, which I did on how to deploy Maven web applications to this Tomcat server, but I'll just do it once more for this Tomcat commands. So over here, we'll cd into our target directory. ls. And over here we have our tomcat.pem and we have our tesla.war. So let's just copy this command. I'll also put this command in the descriptions for you guys to see. So over here we paste it. But we need to change this file name .pem over here to tomcat.pem. Make sure you have the correct spelling, otherwise it would not work. This is how to copy any war artifacts from Maven server to the Tomcat server IP address, to the Tomcat OPT Tomcat 9 web apps directory. So we need to change this Tomcat server IP address to the actual IP address. Since we cannot copy the IP address, we can just write it from here, which is 44. So let's just replace this. .211.65.176. That is our IP address for our Tomcat server. So let's click enter, and it says, are you sure you want to continue connecting? You have to type yes. Connection closed. Right, we wrote Tomcat, but we didn't write .pem. So failed to upload. Well guys, it seems like it has failed to upload for today's video, but we did it in our previous video, and if you check back on our previous video, you'll see that it actually worked. And let's do our next command. Sudo vi /etc/ssh/this to create a passwordless authentication. This is for our Tomcat server. So we need to close our Maven server, yes, and let's go to our Tomcat server, which we're already there. Sudo vi now. If you see over here at the bottom, passwordless authentication is already changed to yes. Now you can write no by entering insert mode, type no or yes. I'm just gonna leave it at yes. Shift ZZ. Remember, it's at the bottom of the document. Now let's go into our web apps directory. This is where Maven web applications are deployed in our Tomcat server. Wait, let's go back to our server.xml because I need to show you our auto deploy. Now inside here, let's scroll down to auto deploy. See, our auto deploy over here is set to true. So if your auto deploy was false, that means after you have edited your Maven web application, like a hotfix on the server, like let's say you go into the Maven web application and you fix it quickly because there's some errors in the text, then you would need to make sure auto deploy is true to for your hotfix to be immediate, to be like immediately done, to be immediately applied. But if it was false, then you would need to click the reload button over here besides the application thing. This let's show us now. Let me show you the web apps. This cd into our opt directory, Tomcat 9 ls, and we have a web apps directory, a cd web apps. Now let's ls, and we can see that this is my own Maven web application.war that I had deployed previously, but not in our previous lesson. Because in our previous lesson, I was using a different Tomcat server where there were no Maven web applications already deployed. But this is the server I use to figure out these commands. And it seems like that was our last command. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, thumbs up, and subscribe. Bye bye. Congratulations on watching the full video. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you have any questions, please comment it in the comment section down below. I'll see you all in the next video as you continue your DevOps learning journey with DevOps Lewis.